Did you get a new driver's license?
Yes, ma'am. Judge. Oh, Judge. Yes,
Yes,
Judge.
who?
Sorry.
Little girl, don't call me ma'am.
Yes,
Stop
Judge.
calling
Sorry,
me ma'am, little
sorry,
girl.
I'm nervous.
You thought I was playing. I will call you little girl. Now everybody in Cleveland knows that I called you a little girl. Too bad.
What's up, Great Lakes fam? And it is time for this crazy story that it's pretty unbelievable, all right? It's going to start with something unbelievable, go to something shocking, and then go to finish up with something quite reprehensible. This is going to cover 3 states, Ohio, West Virginia, and Texas. And we're going to look at a couple of cases of some judges that done some shady stuff, and then someone that wants to be a judge that's done some shady stuff. So nothing to it but to do it. So let's go.
Okay, guys, so here we go. This is the Ohio Supreme Court's slip opinion for the Disciplinary Council versus Judge Pinkey S. Carr. So the Ohio Disciplinary Council submitted a filing to the Board of Professional Conduct. They all did their investigations. Then they submitted it to the Ohio Supreme Court for discipline. So we're going to take a quick little scroll through here. I'm not going to sit on this too much because we need to get to this right here. Number 3 here. The parties entered into 583 stipulations of fact and misconduct that were on 126 pages with more than 350 exhibits. The hearing before the 3-member panel of the Board of Professional Conduct was bifurcated to avoid Carr additional time, which they just put it off and made it easier for her to be able to defend herself. But within this, the panel accepted the parties' information and issued a 58-page report recounting limited but representative examples of Carr's admitted misconduct. So what they did is, there's 5 official counts, okay? Let's get to them. So right here it shows, actually no, it goes, that's right up here. There's 5 official counts, which are right here. 1, using capious warrants and making false statements. That's issuing bench warrants for failure to appear and then lying about the whole process that she did that. Ex parte communication, talking with defendants without counsel or prosecutor present. Using warrants, again, bench warrants, and bonds to improperly compel payment of fines. So what she would do is she would say, well, if they pay their court costs, they could just get out of jail instead of paying the bond amount. It's ridiculous. Having a lack of decorum and dignity in judicial office, which that's that first video that we've seen calling the lady little girl because she called her ma'am. She's in her 50s. You're a ma'am to her. Okay, get over yourself. And then abusing contempt power and failing to recuse herself from contempt proceedings. I am not even going to begin to tell you about that because it's a video on itself. I have reached out to one of the victims. Hopefully she reaches back out to me. It's been about a week, but I'm going to try again. But when you hear this one, you guys are going to you guys will not believe.
So what did all that mean right there? That means that there's 5 official counts with multiple examples of violations of those accounts. So from what I've been able to find, there's over 100 documented complaints against this judge, Pinkey S. Carr. 350 different exhibits with 583 different statements of fact and misconduct. So that's just like, both parties putting their information together. So 583 stipulations of fact and misconduct, 350 exhibits, and from what I've been able to find, over 100 verified documented complaints against Judge Pinkey Carr, to include abusing the bench warrant system to force bonds to be paid, abusing the contempt process, lying under oath, falsifying court documents, which that's a first-degree misdemeanor in the state of Ohio, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. We'll get into that. And then what was the other one? Oh, the decorum. So when we get into the Judge Pinkey Carr, we're going to dive into each count. Okay, so we're going to get into each count. Those are in a separate video. Now we're going to head over to West Virginia. We're leaving Cleveland, Ohio. We're going to our neighboring state of West Virginia. And this one, yeah, no.
The deputy, step off the property.
Yeah.
Step off the property. Can I ask you something real quick before we get started? Judge, can I ask you something before we get started? Can you come here? I ain't trying to have everybody else listen.
Well, Mr. Luck gets to listen.
That's good. I'm asking you right now, I'm putting in a motion to recuse yourself because you're putting yourself in a witness capacity instead of a judiciary capacity. There's no search warrant. I need a list of everything that we're looking for.
You've got a list of everything that's worked for. It's
Not
attached to
today.
the order.
Not today. I don't know where some of it's at.
Well, we're going to find
you got it?
Your motion's denied. It's not timely filed.
I need a search warrant. You won't get in my house without a search warrant.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Yes, it is.
I have to think about that.
Ma'am, step off. I don't need you in my land. Please go that way. Please go away.
She's entitled to be here. Now, you're either going to let me in that house or he's going to arrest you for direct. Are you recording this?
Yes, ma'am.
Take his phone. You're not allowed to record this.
Don't take my phone, sir.
Recording too. Turn off your phones. I'll take you to jail if you don't turn them off. Do you understand that?
Your phone's not on, ma'am.
Yeah, why you?
Go on.
Now, you let me in that house, or he is going to arrest you for being in direct contempt of court.
I don't think the phone's off, Your Honor.
Now we got the judge kicking her shoes off with her bailiffs going in the house with the ex-wife under threat of arrest with Mr. Gibson. It's like, you get to have this, you get to have that, you can take this, you get the first 12 picks of that. I want to sit here with my dogs out.
That is not what the order says.
Now we get to have a discussion about DVDs.
I've got the picture that we have as evidence.
Show him there, pick the ones you want, and if he let him.
Oh, she gets to go pick the one she wants. Here she's going to sit down with the dogs out. So this judge is actively participating in the search of a home. That is not judicial capacity whatsoever. That is not within a judge's abilities.
These are ones I know.
Oh, you guys gotta watch this whole thing. Link in the description. Alright, so here's the judge's order. And number 3, it's the Raleigh County defendants. Those are the 2 sheriff deputies. They were granted qualified immunity. The judge was denied her qualified immunity. That's number 1. So the lawsuit's continuing on. It is now in the appellate court process. So it's out of the federal court where they did the original filing. It's now in the appellate court. Different case number. And so as I get information on that, I'll let you know. But why are these 2 cases important? That's going to lead us on to the 3rd incident and person that we're discussing today. And that will be Lesa Pamplin, attorney at law, Fort Worth. This is Lesa Pamplin. Lesa Pamplin's running for Tarrant County Criminal Court number 5 in Fort Worth, Texas. And then all these other things are tweets from Lesa from over 10 years. She's also the criminal defense attorney that has told a client it's better off that he just sit in jail for a year to maybe learn his lesson. That is not the kind of person we need on the bench. So yeah, have at it. Here's tweets from about the last decade, roughly. So I think one goes back to 2005. This cannot be on the bench. I'm pretty sure most of you haven't heard about this. Lesa Pamplin's goddaughter is the only black starter for Duke volleyball. And there was a scandal that the BYU stands, someone was yelling the N-word every time her goddaughter would serve. They had a sheriff deputy, I believe it was. Yeah, the sheriff deputy stood at the bench for the Duke players to make sure that everything was okay. They were threatened that you go back to the bus, you better watch your back. And Duke and BYU both investigated, interviewed over 50 witnesses, and nobody said they heard these words, which is just more lies for racial sympathy. This kind of person cannot sit on the bench. What kind of justice or fairness will be served on the bench if a racist is on the bench? It's reprehensible.
So people of Tarrant
County, Texas,
let that
you
case of
cannot allow
Ohio and
this
West
racism
Virginia
on the bench.
be a warning.
You cannot allow this
Go
kind
out
of
November 8th
behavior
and
and
vote.
disdain and disregard
Do
for people
not
on the
let
bench.
Lesa Pamplin win. She's I'm gonna be nice. She's not good for the people of Tarrant County. Racist remarks against a certain political party just because she doesn't believe that way, and that's fine. Have your beliefs, but to take it out, make fun of, or degrade people because of their skin color or nationality, it's not acceptable. It's not right, and we cannot allow that kind of judge on the bench. We cannot allow that kind of judge on the bench. It is so hard to get rid of judges once they're on the bench. Over 100 documented cases of documented reports of misconduct in Cleveland, Ohio on one judge over a 2-year period. We got to do better. Do better, Tarrant County. All right, guys, that's it. We have a lot more to go. That's it for today. So keep looking for the rest. We're going to break down what happened with Pinkey Carr, what's been going on with Judge Goldston, and some more stuff on Lesa Pamplin. This is just the warm-up. There's a lot to go. All right, take care of yourself and each other. See ya.